Champions of the Realm, welcome! My name is Vox, and this is Game 1 of the European region for the Paladins Summer Circuit Week 2. We've got the teams on the scoreboard right now. On the left-hand side, it is none other than Fate eSports. Wohlk on Bomb King, Smutny on Eevee, Arcos on Grok, NENOSASULA on Cassie, and Smusa on Buck. On the right-hand side is the Art of Warfare EU. Dezter on Pip, TAWBuubbeli is sitting on Buck right there, JellyMish on Cassie, Ziftor on Eevee, and we have a Kinessa in the mix as ChampaSama is playing Kinessa today. You can see a couple of cauterized cards picked up nice and early to deal with the Bucks on both teams. Fate with two of them might have a bit of an advantage there, and in fact, the Art of Warfare playing that Kinessa against a no Kinessa team could be in a risky position right now. The initial capture point has spawned currently on Igloo right in the middle of the map. Let's check in with the teams and see how the initial point fight goes. Immediately, Fate taking the high ground. There's a bit of a skirmish breaking out, though, as on the other side, the Art of Warfare looking to burn him down, but Smutny picks up first blood immediately. The Arcos on that Grok is just doing work right now, and now Wohlk bombarding TAWBuubbeli as well. Good grief, Buck with a double kill. They just keep on shredding through them. Now Fate are on the warpath. They're looking on the backside of Ziftor. Does manage to answer back with a kill to Smutny, but oh, Arcos with that lightning rod. Grok buffed into CB29 is doing work right now. Able to take down Ziftor, an initial point control going very one-sidedly to Fate. Only one kill to the Art of Warfare so far. Now the Art of Warfare are going to have a difficult time getting back into things. Arcos in a bit of trouble, but it's able to pop down the dome shield there, the totemic ward, and keep himself safe. TAWBuubbeli unable to heal back up again thanks to the cauterized cards applied to him right now, and the Art of Warfare are just making no headway at getting back on the objective. Wohlk takes out Ziftor as Ziftor blinks in very riskily, and TAWBuubbeli is completely zoned out. This Kinessa isn't just having the impact that they would like them to, and whilst TAWBuubbeli now on the objective can contest for a second, it's just not long enough. On the right-hand side, JellyMish is looking to go around. Scout is popped, revealing the enemies. But actually, even though there's only the totemic ward on the objective as the shield, that's enough to keep himself. And Wohlk picks up another kill onto JellyMish. That's a killing spree. Taking a look at the scoreboard now, we can see that Wohlk sitting on a 6 streak right now. On Bomb King is very impressive. Now, Bomb King had a couple of little nerfs actually going in this patch. No more knock-up from the bombs, only knockbacks. But Wohlk with the Grumpy Bomb is able to stay safe from Ziftor. Actually, almost taking out Ziftor mid-saw on that Eevee. Stacks up a couple of bombs onto the ice block, actually nets himself another kill, now leading 4-0, top of the kill charts right now, and the Art of Warfare are being dismantled. The payload pretty far away so far, just being escorted by Wohlk right now, who is riding it, able to dish out some damage up on the high ground. Smutny on Eevee is just starting to dish out a barrage of shots under a lot of fire from Kinessa. We're actually going to see Ziftor go up to chase down, but oh, Arcos is there to support. Ziftor being forced into ice block, blinks through, gets a double freeze off. Ziftor has the damage, but it's not quite enough. The ultimate doesn't go off, and Smutny's able to pick up the health drop. They're actually going to be able to survive. Now it's a double fight. It's 3 against 1 on the backside. JellyMish taken out by Smutny there against all odds, but Smutny quickly answered back by a kill from ChampaSama on that Kinessa, able to dish out enough damage to finally wipe them out. But this totemic ward for the team is doing work right now. We know that Grok isn't potentially the best protector. He's not the best of shielders, but just having a brief shield is actually giving one of the teams the advantage right now, especially with a Kinessa on the side of the Art of Warfare, where they're not able to get in, they're not able to start dishing out a lot of close range damage. They have this long range champion, and if they're having to spend all their time dishing out damage onto the totemic ward, it's not going to put them in a fortunate position. Now, the Art of Warfare do have the respawn proximity advantage right now, but check it on the backside. NENOSASULA sitting up on the high ground in the base, picks up Dezter right there. Now there are 3 members all sitting around the payload. Smutny forced to soar away, but Ziftor goes to follow. The blink is huge though. Smutny getting right out of the issue as they are equipped with Teleport 4, increasing the range of blink by 160%. But hold that thought as here's a Tempest. Arcos picks up 1 kill. The contest is still there, but Cassie's popped the scout now as well. Is that a fatal sign coming through onto all of Fate? No, but Fate is still picking up the kills. Fate are just unstoppable right now. There's only TAWBuubbeli left to contest the payload, but he's going to quickly fall for a triple kill from Bomb King. A triple king right there, as Wohlk with the triple helps their team convert the payload. It's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, and Wohlk already proving a fantastic addition to the side of Fate. The next objective will be spawning shortly. Let's take a look in with the burn cards and see what the teams have managed to pick up. We're going to see 3 cauterizers now picked up on the side of Fate. That's going to make TAWBuubbeli have a very hard time as there's so much anti-heal there. Not a lot of sustain going to be coming out from the Buck on the side of the Art of Warfare. Be very afraid of that. And also Havens on every single member right now. Those Havens are going to make it very difficult for anybody on the side of the Art of Warfare to put the pressure on. as it reduces the direct damage applied to champions by 15%. So a pretty tanky team coming through right there with a lot of anti-heal and also morale boost on a couple of champions. I love the morale boost coming out on Arcos as well, as that Tempest is going to be up and available very, very shortly. Now down the bottom side, Kinessa under a lot of fire from Smutney, unable to transport her away, but Smutney's going to be picked up soon if they're not very careful. In the ice block, they're able to get out of dodge. Wohlk picked up ChampaSama. Oh my gosh, the imprisonment goes up on the point, keeping them safe for just a moment, but hold that thought. Grumpy Bomb is thrown into the imprisonment right now. And now the Art of Warfare are all being forced out as the kills just keep on coming through. Smusa with a double kill. Wohlk and Smutney pick up the rest. There's only one player left alive, but that's from a respawn right now. And Fate eSports once again just take a complete clean sweep and take this first objective in their favor. This second objective, rather. 57 points did go to the side of the Art of Warfare, but against the pure damage and the pressure coming out, as Smusa gets a kill with a heroic leap right there, is just too much for them to deal with. Now it's an imprisonment from Smusa as well, as Smusa's trapped and trying to run away. That damage mitigation is going to work in their favor. Mounting up with a question, running away very fast thanks to Tightrope. They'll be okay to get out of dodge for just a second. JellyMish finally picks up NENOSASULA, getting himself really on the board right there. But it doesn't matter, the objective has already been captured. And now, even though Wohlk is dishing out damage and being barraged from behind, they're likely going to be able to push all the way through. Grumpy Bomb goes out, but Wohlk's under a lot of fire. Will actually fool the JellyMish with the double kill there as well. But now NENOSASULA proves who's the best Cassie as they chase down for the double kill. Pick up JellyMish and Ziftor. They go for the triple kill. They get the triple kill onto ChampaSama, pick it up, and they leave this payload completely unhindered to be able to pass through the entirety of the enemy's defenses right now. Smutney picks up TAWBuubbeli, and that's the buck down. There is no contest for this payload. And we apologize for the little breaks in the casting. There is only one of me right now today, so I do have to take the opportunity to take a quick breath and wet my throat between sentences. But this is a very exciting game so far. Fate really pulling out all the stops right now, making this look easy. And Ziftor up in the high grounds looks to drop down damage onto Arcos. The disengage is good. Actually, Smutney in a lot of trouble. In Ice Block is going to be able to freeze out Ziftor, but no! Actually, Ziftor goes straight into Ice Block in response, but Smutney with the wormhole blink is going to be able to get away. No! Ziftor shuts them down. Now Ziftor under a lot of fire, going to be barraged down, taken out of the air by Arcos with that Grok increased damage. That's a lot of danger that you have to be very, very aware of. And now the payload has almost reached completion. You got to remember that Arcos has Tempest available here, and Wohlk has Bomb King's King Bomb Ultimate. There's the Tempest going through. That's going to zone out all the enemies. They can't get anywhere near the conversion point. And that's the conversion going through for Fate again. 8 points to 0 and only 7 minutes and 41 into the game. This is a very, very one-sided match. Let's check in with the teams again and look at the burn cards coming out for both teams as we get into potentially the final capture point and the final objective of this game. So we're sitting on Wohlk, and there's another 3 cauterizers there. Wohlk with 100% charge on their ultimate as well. See a King Bomb coming out very early. I do suspect that'll happen. But only 2 burn cards picked up for all of Fate this time. They actually won the round fast enough that they couldn't farm credits, couldn't farm kills, and ended up being at a credit deficit compared to last round. And comparatively, actually, the Art of Warfare able to stack up 2 on all members apart from ChampaSama, and ChampaSama really just not having an impact this match, just getting dived repeatedly by Buck and Evie, and not protected by their team well enough to really stay alive. Now, part of me does wonder if this is partially to do with the Pip. Now, Pip is picked up by the Art of Warfare a little bit better than they have been in previous patches. Hold that thought, though, as deep into the backline comes Fate. There's a flank going around the outside. Smutney actually blinks in deep, goes for JellyMish, gets the freeze off, should get the shot off. Smutney picks up 1 kill, but not after NENOSASULA on the backside wipes out ChampaSama. There's no more Kinessa for you, the Art of Warfare. And the Art of Warfare, once again, they're going to get up to about 50% on this objective. But as the kills keep on coming through, and Ziftor's the only one left to contest, that's a single freeze for Ziftor, but the damage is not good enough. NENOSASULA, despite being frozen, picks up the kill. And now the Art of Warfare are going to be zoned completely out from this objective. Once again, netting about half of the capture points on that last objective before being wiped off. And that's one thing that we see a lot of newer teams do. Oh, triple freeze actually coming out from Smutney there. That's huge. I was going to go into the objective right there, but Smusa confirms a lot of damage with the heroic leap. No kills picked up so far, but they don't need kills right now. All they need to do is confirm damage right now and keep the zone up now. Ziftor on the backside does get a freeze off again, but is quickly wiped out. We see a lot of teams do this as the capture point will take over. Fate will take this game by a sweep, and they'll lead going into Temple Ruins on the next map in this best of 3 set. And so, as I was saying before all of that happened, we'll see a lot of newer teams do this. They rush the objective, they get it half the cap on so far, and then maybe a more experienced team comes in, cleans them up with area damage coming down onto the objective, and then proceeds to hold the point and zone the enemy team out so well that there's no retake potential. And take a look at the scoreboard right here. I mean, the credit scores tell it all. Fate just dominant in this match. Arcos with 18k shielding in a game where only one player on the side of the Art of Warfare broke 25,000 damage. That's really impressive. And Arcos, if I'm not mistaken, was actually running the Crackle card there, which increases the health of Totemic Ward by 1,000. So not anywhere near as tanky as previous iterations of shields have been, but definitely enough to do some work. Now, the next map up for you who are unaware of our map rotation in Paladins world is Temple Ruins. It's got a bit of a different map dynamic to it from Glacier Keep, and this is, of course, a best of 3 set. So the Art of Warfare do have comeback potential. They have the opportunity to try and make this go all the way to 3 games and actually move on to face off against Torpedo in the next round. However, we could see some different champion picks coming out on Temple Ruins. We know that a lot of players favor Kinessa on here, but potentially we could see a Sky pick come out to counter that. And I'm wondering, after a game like that, which Fate just had, if they'll go for a styling pick like Ying, perhaps, just to really assert that dominance. But we'll find that out after the break as soon as we get ready for Game 2 of Fate eSports versus the Art of Warfare. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, champions of the realm. My name is Vox, and this is Game 2 of Fate versus the Art of Warfare EU. On the left-hand side, we do have Fate once again. Arcos this time picking up Kinessa. Smutney once again on Eevee. Wohlk on Grok this time. NENOSASULA on Cassie, and Smusa still on Buck. Now, Ziftor on the Art of Warfare has picked up Androxus, the first one we're seeing of this tournament. Dezter has picked up Bomb King. JellyMish going on Cassie. ChampaSama switching off Kinessa onto Victor this time, and TAWBuubbeli onto Fernando. Now, for the next set, we should have Hi-Rez Prettyhair joining me as a co-caster. But just whilst we sort out some audio issues and go into the next set, we will still be taking this first game as solo. Now, the first objective is spawning on Sanctuary, the middle point of this Temple Ruins map. Let's check in with the teams and see what burn cards they have real quick. It's almost identical on both sides. We can see the Art of Warfare opting for 2 Havens, going down that bit more of a defensive route right now, and that should keep them a little bit more safe. But Fate, with their aggression and their shield from Wohlk as well on Grok, it might be too much for them to deal with. Now, pushing in immediately, the Art of Warfare picked up straight away. No, the TAWBuubbeli picking up Smutney down the back. Wohlk picked up by Wohlk picking up Dezter, but Ziftor and JellyMish, they're going back with kills. Actually, this is starting to look in favor of the Art of Warfare as they really start to put the pressure onto Arcos as well. Now, Arcos boxing out Ziftor. Arcos gets the snipe off onto Ziftor. Great play by them, but still, the middle point is being held by this tanky Fernando right now, and Victor accompanying them. Now, Wohlk under a lot of trouble. He does have the dome dropped as well. That's so much pressure coming through. Smutney is putting pressure onto Bomb King in the backside after picking up ChampaSama. Now, the retake potential is here, but Dezter actually picks up Wohlk right there. Now, Fernando still holding out this objective, should be wiped out in just a second as they have very low health, and Smusa dives in to pick them up, but mounted up, grabbing the shield. They're going to stay safe for a while longer. Got to be careful of Arcos around the side as that Kinessa, and you can see Androxus going in to put the pressure on right now as Arcos, in a lot of trouble, is forced to transport away. The kills keep on coming either way. There's a fountain of health drops on the objective right now. Whoever gets there is going to be able to survive for a long time. It looks like it's going to be Wohlk. At 88 points in favor of the Art of Warfare, the retake finally comes through from Fate, and Fate look to hold this one down. NENOSASULA in a lot of trouble, is boxing out Cassie versus Cassie. Is picked up with JellyMish on the backside of things, but JellyMish has almost no health right now. Needs to sit and regen around the corner. Let's check in with TAWBuubbeli as TAWBuubbeli, as Fernando looks to make an aggressive push and dive back in onto the objective and keep this one safe. Now, Wohlk does have Tempest available. It has been popped. By the looks of things on the backside, does pick up Ziftor immediately, and Cassie forced out of things. TAWBuubbeli frozen as well. That's a lot of damage. Dezter dives in, goes for the King Bomb ultimate, but actually that's immune by the Ghost Walk as well. And now the Art of Warfare are playing the EU Conga onto the objective, but it doesn't matter as Fate take the first objective in this game in a very, very close point fight. Much, much closer than previous games. And this spells a little bit of hope for the Art of Warfare. Now, the defense does have the potential to net the Art of Warfare 1 point in their scoreboard and actually put them on the board this game. If they mount a successful defense, they will be able to net 1 point to Fate's eSports 2. And that will lead them at an advantage if they then capture the next objective. Of course, that does rely on a successful defense. They do have a Fernando for the point contest, but there's a Grok on the enemy team as well as a Buck, and a Kinessa for the attack and defend portion of payload, and we know how devastating that is. Hold that thought as the Cursed Arm is actually popped by Ziftor. They pick up one, but Smutney on the backside chases them down, even though the Scout was popped onto Smutney as well.
Enemy killing spree.
TAWBuubbeli is very, very low on the objective right now. Wohlk is going to pick up TAWBuubbeli. The objective, the push keeps on coming through. Ziftor under a lot of fire from Smusa as well now. And just JellyMish picks up Wohlk as well. That's going to look for the defense to be a little bit more successful. And Smusa gets stunned out in midair, hit by a lot of Bomb King bombs. That's going to keep the defense ticking over for just another second. And NENOSASULA around the backside now looks for some damage onto Bomb King. Up in the air with Poppy Bomb. They're going to dish out some damage onto Arcos, chasing them down. One more bomb should do it. Dezter nets a second kill on them, extending their streak a little bit, but is quickly answered back by a double kill from NENOSASULA right there, keeping the team alive, keeping the hope alive. Hit by a frag grenade, in a lot of trouble, has to disengage for the time being, and will be able to regen out of combat and jump straight back into the fight. Now, Arcos alone did make the curious decision to jump straight onto the objective, but with Ghost Wohlk is able to stay alive for a while. Tempest's been popped by Wohlk, actually. And the King Bomb ultimate comes through, wipes them out. There should be a Grumpy Bomb popped here any moment, if I'm not mistaken. But no, Bomb King wipes out. That's 3 kills in favor of Fate right now. JellyMish the only one contesting, but there's the imprisonment coming out from Buck. The kills are going to come through as NENOSASULA wipes out ChampaSama. But here's Fernando diving in just at the last second to save the team. They'll have a shield up any moment now. Smusa under a lot of fire, force a heroic leap away. Could be taken out very easily here. The damage from Fate eSports is just too much to deal with. Arcos with the headshot damage takes out Ziftor. There falls Bomb King as well. The Immortal is popped by Fernando, keeping the team alive for just a second, but all of Fate, they're protected by this totemic ward. The defense will fail, and Fate eSports take an early 4-point lead. And checking in on the scoreboard on one hell of a streak right now, NENOSASULA sitting at 16 streaks, or 16 eliminations, 9, 2, and 11. Just doing absolute work right now. The burn cards coming out from each team. Arcos picking up life rep. That's a very, very confident pick, if I'm not mistaken. They're not going for the Cauterize, or not going for the Wrecker, potentially, as we've seen picked up so far. Still going for Haven. NENOSASULA yet to select burn cards. Has that Scout ultimate available. ChampaSama as well, yet to select burn cards as well on the side of the Art of Warfare. TAWBuubbeli going into Veteran. A curious choice there. We often see Fernandez maybe picking up Gather for that increased health drop heal, but with Cauterize is 3 of them on the enemy team. I mean, the only opportunity you have to really heal as Fernando is going to be out of combat, and so Veteran might benefit them more there. Now, Wohlk immediately has Totemic Ward dropped by Bomb King. Bomb King doing a lot of work there. Smutny looks to aggro onto the point, and looks to aggro actually onto, that's an Eevee beating out, a Bomb King. And that's an Eevee beating out an Androxus even. Now, TAWBuubbeli appears to be stuck in a wall for just a second, diving straight into that, stuck with a distance and duration of charge. Is going to be in a lot of trouble right there. Now, we do have the objective going in favor of Fate eSports right now. We've just got Grok sitting on there as 4 members actually go out of zone. Only 3, as there is 1 respawn coming through very shortly. The barrage is coming in from ChampaSama. It's going to have 1 shot connect, 2 shots connect, but there's not going to be a 3rd one. There we go. Smutly wiped out by ChampaSama. But look at Smusa. Look how aggressive the Buck positioning is. Just keeping everybody zoned out. Now death awaits you all as the damage comes through from a cursed arm, but a great totemic wall actually keeps Grok safe on the objective. And Fate eSports, they're letting no way back in for the side of the Art of Warfare. And on the backside, Bomb King looking to get some damage off. NENOSASULA keeps everybody safe, picks up the kill onto Dezter, extending their streak to a 20 streak right now. And here's Tempest onto Fernando. Fernando can't contest. Fernando shut down Arcos with the double kill. And this will be the 2nd objective of this game. 2 on Temple Ruins going to the side of Fate eSports. ChampaSama lighting to fall here to a last final shot from Smutny as well. And now the payload push begins. No additional burn cards picked up for either team, but actually NENOSASULA has managed to fill out all of their burn cards, sitting at 12, 2, and 13 right now on a 21 streak. Very, very impressive work from the Cassie player of Fate eSports. On the other side of things, if the Art of Warfare want to have even the faintest hope of actually getting back into the game, they need to go for the defenses right now. And more than anything, they need somebody to step up and carry. And this would be Ziftor if we're looking at any other team, because Androxus, despite having some nerfs this patch, has still proven themselves to be very, very strong. But we're seeing Ziftor caught out, killed by Buck there, and that's something which should never be happening. Androxus should never be within kill range of Buck. Now Arcos picking up Dezter after Dezter picks up Smutny. Arcos with a double kill picks up ChampaSama as well. The damage is coming through. There's Fernando left to contest. There's a scout actually popped onto enemies on the side of the Art of Warfare, and Ziftor does pick up Arcos on the backside of things. And whilst Fernando is able to contest for just a second, Smusa is very, very low, forced to heal up. There's no Cauterize really available on the side of the Art of Warfare to really look for the defense. Now Bomb King ultimate goes through. Dezter wipes out Wohlk. Dezter with the double kill actually saves the Art of Warfare for a second, but there's 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock right now. This is going to be a very, very difficult defense. I want to see Art of Warfare staying out of the range of Arcos. They need to avoid these Canessa shots from range. They need to look for the close range engagements, where with this Fernando on their side or with the Immortal ultimate, they potentially have the advantage. Of course, with the Grok on the side of Fate eSports, they do have to be very, very careful not to group up too much. NENOSASULA being brought quite low is going to be forced to disengage just here in a second. Dezter throws a Grumpy Bomb out to look to zone, but there's not actually going to be anybody to connect. No, NENOSASULA wiped out by Dezter. Actually walks straight into the Grumpy Bomb's explosion radius right there. Smutty dives deep into the backside, looking for Dezter on the backside, but actually this is the King Bomb ultimate. He goes in for the damage, he goes on to Buck, picks up the double kill. That's enough to secure the defense once again. Although Smutty is now contesting, there's a Fernando to get through first, and they're not going to get very far compared to that. You can see that Cassie's looking for the damage onto them. One more shot will take Smutty out. There we go. JellyMish netting the kill. NENOSASULA has a return with a vengeance, though, shot off that 24 streak. Now looking for the Cassie versus Cassie duel. Does pop the scout? No, it's JellyMish which pops the scout there with the increased fatal sign damage onto all of Fate members, but it's not enough. 1 versus 3 will get wiped out. And finally, we come down to this last contest. Potentially before the objective spawns, and the payload will take into overtime. Dezter wipes out NENOSASULA. That's going to be a boon on the side of the Art of Warfare right now. And Wohlk goes in with a Tempest, but too low health. Wiped out by Bomb King, unable to ghost walk through all of those sticky bombs. Very good play coming out of the Bomb King player on the side of the Art of Warfare right now. And Smutty once again under a lot of fire. Smusa goes in deep. Smusa looking for the damage. That's a lot of damage onto TAWBuubbeli as well. TAWBuubbeli in so much trouble. This Fernando has to survive and heal up out of combat. Otherwise, there's going to be no contest. But no, the overtime takes out. None of Fate push in enough time. And you know what? The Art of Warfare, they get themselves on the board for the first time this set. 1 point to 6. They have a very uphill battle from here, but they've shown they can hold the defense. Even if Fate eSports captures the next objective, they can potentially hold again, but you know what? You don't win games off defenses. You have to win games off point capture, and that's exactly what they'll be looking to do now. Now, the burn cards are coming out of either team. I see JellyMish picking up Wrecker. Great pickup from them. Potentially Cauterize, you could say, would have been a little bit better, but Dezter and Ziftor both picking up Cauterize to deal with Buck's healing, and we see that JellyMish has gone ahead and picked up that Wrecker to deal with the shields coming out from Wohlk's Totemic Ward. Now, with no Totemic Ward really available on the side of Wohlk, Wohlk's going to have to rely on just that Grok's damage to get through. That'll be very, very difficult to deal with if they get focused down, having to rely more on damage and Ghost Walk to stay out of trouble rather than Totemic Ward. Here comes a flank. Ziftor around the side is revealed by NENOSASULA, though, under a lot of fire, goes into reversal, could be about to fall here. Yeah, the out of dodge roll shot from NENOSASULA picks up the kill. NENOSASULA with the double kill at very low health, manages to get through, dodges the frag grenade, and that's kills coming out for Fate across the board. Only one player left right now. That's Fernando. They're going to be trying to get towards the objective, but they're a little bit too late. The rest of the team is gone. They're going to be forced to run away as there is no contest coming out from the Art of Warfare, and this could be over sooner than we thought right now, as they're all coming back in very staggered. NENOSASULA doing a great job at zoning. Does put a lot of damage onto the Bomb King on the side of the Art of Warfare already. The disengage is good, keeps them out of range right now. The snipe's coming through as well. Up on the air is Smutty on that Eevee. Takes out ChampaSama. NENOSASULA wipes out Ziftor again. That's a boxing match, which you expect to go in favor of Androxus right now, and King Bomb ultimate comes through. Actually going to wipe out NENOSASULA, but not before NENOSASULA fires a projectile. Oh my god! So NENOSASULA fires the arrow projectile. It's got a limited movement speed. It doesn't connect immediately on hit scan weapons. The Bomb King ultimate blows up right there. NENOSASULA gets the afterlife kill, and that's at 11 minutes and 51 seconds into the game. What a play. That's an achievement netted, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the barrage has come out from the Victor on the side of the Art of Warfare. They're looking for the retake right now. The point capture has stalled. The point capture now going straight on again. They need Fernando on the objective, but there is no Fernando available as TAWBuubbeli is wiped out. Arcos taking them down. A Grumpy Bomb on the objective right now. That'll stun out any enemies caught within its radius, but it's too late. The objective goes on the side of Fate eSports. 8 points to 1 right now they lead, and it's looking dire for the Art of Warfare. They put up a good fight so far, but the damage coming out from all of Fate is just too much to deal with. ChampaSama caught out again by NENOSASULA, the star of this show right now, as they are once again on a 3 streak at 25 and 20 for the slash line. That's a lot of kills. They are picking up so many final blows right now and really demonstrating that potentially Androxus has lost their top spot within this meta, going instead to Cassie. Now, Cassie under a lot of fire is going to be finally picked up by Smutty. That's JellyMish falling on the backside. Arcos picks up Ziftor. Ziftor picks up Arcos, though. That's a delayed shot as well coming from a cursed arm. 2 afterlives in 1 game right there. And TAWBuubbeli's going to push out to contest, but under fire from Cassie right now. The shield falling very, very quickly. TAWBuubbeli is going to be forced to retreat as there's just no support or distraction from their teammates. ChampaSama under so much fire from Buck as Buck 1v3s in the backline. Buck has to fall here. They have to be taken out. Smusa, if they have Heroic Leap available, they're going to be able to get away. And they do. They get out of dodge. They get out of danger. Going to be chased down by Androxus in the backline, but at what cost? As now TAWBuubbeli under a lot of fire from the enemy team. Fate looking to pressure in to go through the sally port. And Arcos picks up a double kill. Wohlk picks up a third, and they keep on pressing through. The Art of Warfare had no answer for all of this damage. And NENOSASULA chasing down in a Cassie versus Cassie battle on the backside will actually net the final kill. That's the conversion going through. And Fate Fate eSports take game 1, or game 2 rather, in this best of 3 set in a 9-1 sweep. As always, we'll be checking in with the scoreboard in just a second as soon as the game goes into that post-match screen. But that is all she wrote for the Art of Warfare this week, as Fate, with a dominant performance, take the 2-0 victory right there and advance to face off against Torpedo. And good grief, we were talking about NENOSASULA all that time, but check out the kill score on Arcos, sitting on Kinessa with 26 kills, a streak of 20, 8 solo kills. They have almost the highest damage in game, only topped out by NENOSASULA. That is very, very impressive work. And on the other side, whilst the Art of Warfare put up a good fight, they weren't quite strong enough. But we've got to give a shout out to Dezter, the Bomb King player this game on the side of the Art of Warfare, who had the closest slash line to positive, 15, 16, and 6, and had some incredible killing moments. We saw a triple kill come out of them in a couple of games or a couple of rounds, and we saw the Afterlife kill actually come out via NENOSASULA as well, just helping to keep his team more in the game. So great play from both teams. But the Art of Warfare, we're very sorry. We will see you next week, and Fate eSports advance again to face off against Torpedo. We check back in with the brackets right now. We should be able to see how they're all going. And we can see that up next is Torpedo versus Fate and District 69 versus Death and Taxes. The next game up that we'll be watching will be, of course, District 69 versus Death and Taxes, so stay tuned for more. If you're enjoying the stream so far, don't forget to follow Paladins Game on Twitch so you can see when we go live and when all the regular streams happen. You can find my social media information at Vox_Tempest on both Twitter and Twitch. And of course, if you're enjoying the show, don't forget to give it a share on social media, and we'll see you after the short break.